The Recognitions, the great cornerstone of modern fiction, or the great unreadable novel, take your pick, by William Gaddis, also inscribed, $400 retail. The Magus, John Fowles's strange and irresistible book of wonder, first British edition in a flawless jacket, $300. And Terry's Texas Rangers, a thin little book of 90-odd pages that happens to be a mighty big piece of Texas history, $750. Total retail for the weekend, $2,000 to $2,500. Bobby's wholesale cut, $900, a once-in-a-lifetime series of strikes that people in the Denver book trade still talk about. If it was that easy, everybody'd be doing it. Usually Bobby Westfall led a bleak, lonely life. He took in cats, never could stand to pass up a homeless kitty. Sometimes he slept in unwashed clothes, and on days when pickings weren't so good, he didn't eat. He spent his $900 quickly and was soon back to basics. He had a ragged appearance and a chronic cough. There were days when he hurt inside. His eyes would go wide and he'd clutch himself, a sudden pain streaking across his insides like a comet tearing up the summer sky. He was 34 years old, already an old man, at an age when life should just begin. He didn't drive. He packed his books from place to place on his back, looking for a score and a dealer who'd treat him right. Some of the stores were miles apart, and often you'd see Bobby trudging up East Colfax Avenue, his knees buckling under the weight. His turf was the Goodwill store on Colfax and Havana, the DAV thrift shop on Montview Boulevard, and the dim-lit antique stores along South Broadway where people think they know books. Heaven to Bobby the Book Scout was finding a sucker who thought he knew more than he knew, a furniture peddler or a dealer in glass who also thought he knew books. On South Broadway, in that particular mindset, the equation goes like this: old plus bulk equals value. An antique dealer would slap $50 on a worthless etiquette book from the 1880s and let a true $150 collectible like Ann Tyler's Celestial Navigation go for a quarter. When that happened, Bobby Westfall would be there with his quarter in hand, with a poker face and a high heart. He'd eat very well tonight. Like all book scouts, Bobby could be a pain in the ass. He was a born-again Christian. He'd tell you about Christ all day long if you'd stand still and listen. There was gossip that he'd been into dope years ago, that he'd done some hard time. People said that's where he found the Lord, doing 5 to 10 at Cannon City. None of that mattered now. He was a piece of the Denver book world, part of the landscape, and the trade was a little poorer for his death. He had been bludgeoned, battered into the book scouts hereafter by a heavy metal object. According to the coroner, Bobby had felt no pain. He never knew what hit him. The body was found face down in the alley about 3 blocks from the old Denver Post. A cat was curled up at his feet, as if waiting for Bobby to wake up and take her home. This is the story of a dead man, how he got that way, and what happened to some other people because of his death. He was a gentleman, quiet, a human mystery. He had no relatives, no next of kin to notify. He had no close friends, but no enemies either. His cats would miss him. No one could think of a reason why anyone would kill Bobby. Who would murder a harmless man like that? I'll tell you why, then I'll tell you who. Book 1. Chapter 1. The phone rang. It was 2:30 a.m. Normally I'm a light sleeper, but that night I was down among the dead. I had just finished a 13-hour shift, my 4th day running of heavy overtime, and I hadn't been sleeping well until tonight. A guy named Jackie Newton was haunting my dreams. He was my enemy, and I thought that someday I would probably have to kill him. When the bell went off, I was dreaming about Jackie Newton and our final showdown. For some reason, logic is never the strong point of a dream.